Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of picoCTF. Today's question introduces Wireshark, a packet analyzing tool that lets you read what's going in and out of your network. First, download the packet capture file from the question, and use the link in the description to download Wireshark. Once it's installed, open it and click File on the top left and load the packet capture file you just downloaded. You should now see 22 packets to look through, and clicking on any of the packets will show its details in the bottom panel. Looking on the bottom left panel, the first section is the frame section that shows us the order in which the packet was captured and its size on the network. The next section shows us the network layer protocol used. Details like the source and destination IP address allows us to understand who sent the packet and who it was meant for. And the last section shows us which transport layer protocol is being used, in our case TCP. The packet tells us which ports are being used and contains the data being sent. In a TCP packet, there are two parts. The header, which contains metadata of the packet, like checksums for error checking and the port numbers, while the data is where our payload is actually stored. So let's inspect the payload to see if the flag is hidden there. After checking a few packets, we notice that some payloads end with 2 equals, which is a common sign of base64 encoding. To check this, copy the payload. Right-click on the bottom right panel in Wireshark and choose Copy as ASCII to just get the encoded text. Next, open a tool like CyberChef to decode it. Remove any extra ASCII that's part of the header. We can tell which part is the payload by highlighting it in Wireshark. When we click and select payload, it shows us only the last section, which is highlighted as the actual data. After decoding, we now see readable characters instead of random symbols, which is a great sign that we're on the right track. If we look back at the challenge, we were given some hints at the start, including using filters and something related to time. So let's try sorting our packets based on time. Just left-click on the time column. This will organize the packets in the order they were captured. Now let's check which packets has base64 encoding payloads. Perfect. Starting from this packet, the remaining packets all seem to have base64 encoding in the payload. Let's start decoding them one by one. The first one gives us picoCTF, which is a great sign as all flags on this site start with that. Keep going through each packet and decoding the payloads, and hopefully we'll be able to piece together the entire flag just by repeating this process. While going through the decoding, let's quickly cover a few commonly used filters in Wireshark. One example is IP address filtering. If we know the intruder's IP address, we can filter packets by that IP address to focus on their activity. Another is port and protocol filtering. We can filter packets based on specific port numbers and protocol types to narrow down the traffic we're interested in. These filters are especially useful for detecting denial of service attacks. For example, if an attacker is flooding the network with UDP packets, we can apply a filter to only show UDP traffic and identify the IP address responsible and block it out of the system. Nice. Now that we have formed the entire flag, let's copy this back on the web page and click submit. Good job. Well done for completing another level. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.